Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Aaron, a video response to these questions would be appreciated. For context, I'm a 22-year-old woman and I am financially independent web developer with neither kids nor debt. Outstanding! Are you single? I got some guys. These may seem like strange questions to be asking you as a man, but I would appreciate your seasoned male advice here, since as a man you have insider knowledge after all. Yeah, for me, but not all of you. I have some general theories, but we'll help you out. Here's the deal. I've heard you and others of your ilk rage against women who don't put out while dating, and I completely understand the complaint. However, at what point should a woman who wants a long-term committed relationship decide to have sex with a man? Is it true that men will not respect a woman who gives it up too soon? If not, how soon is too soon? And can you explain where this disrespect comes from, even when the woman is kind of virtuous? Oh, is that all? That's it? Well, the answer is 42. Thank you and good night, everybody. AssholeConsulting.com. As a more practical manner, how can a woman know that a man wants an actual relationship with her so she doesn't get used? Oh my God, you fucking women. I know you're different, but it's been beaten into our heads that you girls are the exact same and you're equals. It's like, dude, can you just go out and fucking date and have sex? That's what my brain, my logical brain, like, dude, don't you want to have sex? Well, then go have sex. But we know, despite everything feminist and leftist and Marxist and socialist and teachers and the television has told us, women are actually different than men. So I gotta consider your best interests. Which makes me think like I gotta pat you on the head. I know you said you're all interested in equality and everything, but we'll just throw it out the door because it's not really in your best interest now, is it? Because the more men women sleep with, the more fucked up they get. It actually hurts you. So I understand you just don't want to, you're not men, you just don't want to give it up. But it would be a lot fucking easier if you did. Aaron, that's how they are. That's how the program. Okay. As for a more practical matter, how can a woman know that a man wants an actual relationship so she just doesn't get used? What is this used? That's another cue that you're used. What, you didn't want to have sex? What do you mean used? Did you not use the guy? One of the best stories of my life. This is a side. I'll give you guys a story. I'm sitting in my bachelor pad in the Twin Cities. I was living in a basement. At my bed. I'm just chilling out by myself and have a good old time. Now, it was on the road that if you want to avoid the cops and avoid getting a Dewey, you could take the frontage road and avoid the city. And so it wouldn't be uncommon that people, hey, can I stop at your place to sober up? Yeah, come on in. So a female friend of mine who shall go unnamed says, hey, Clary, I've had a couple. You mind if I'm like, yeah, come on over. Just chill out, relax, sober up. You can head out. So she comes by and she's got a short skirt on. She's got her heels. She's got her the strappy things that hook up to her stockings. And she knew I liked the lingerie and all that. She's like, hey, Clary. I'm like, hey. And she just grabs me and kisses me. I'm like, hey, here we go now. And we read Ephesians and Ecclesiastes and maybe Acts 1 and 2 and then Acts 1 and 2 again. And I'm just lying there, and I think I had a cocktail. She had a cocktail. She's getting dressed back up. She says, you're always a good time, Clary. And she left. I'm like, hey, wait a second. She just wanted to have sex. I got used. I'm like, that's awesome. Fuck yeah. Greatest feeling in my life. She used me for sex. And I don't want to use me. I know, but you're different. You're different. But you're equal. You're the same. You're interchangeable parts, but you're different. Conventional wisdom states if a guy goes out with you for a while without sex, he must be more serious about you. However, I can't help but think many men would play the long game here and leave as soon as they get what they wanted. Yeah, especially for spinning plates. You got multiple girls and you get into this firestorm situation where it feeds itself. You get into this zone where it's like you got 5 gals. And if one's not putting out, that's fine. I got 4 others that will. And then that one comes online, but then then you got a new candidate coming in. The bullpen, as Tom Likas would say. And so then the guys could last, you know, like, oh, okay, well, no, you go ahead and wait. I'll drop you off. See you, bye. Amy, what are you doing? Hey, I'll pick you up. I need to stop by and sober up. Come on over. I was a good boy helping people drive safe for sex. Those are good times. Those are good times. Oh, by the same token, in response to the advice that you wait until you're in a committed relationship to have sex with a man, but I can't help think many men would pay me lip service and say they're in a relationship just to get what they want. Yeah, most guys aren't going to do that. Most guys aren't that scummy. Most guys. And then we got to act like, oh, fuck no, I told her to go out and fuck. If women are the gatekeepers of men are the gatekeepers of relationships, is it fair to require a relationship from a man before he sampled the sex? To me, this seems to be asking a lot. Yeah, it is, because most guys, you can talk this nice philosophical role-playing we're supposed to do, but today, an equality man is not going to commit to you until he's had sex with you. Sorry, period, end of discussion. Was different in the olden days. I don't even agree with the olden days, but I think you should sample the goods before you commit. And I don't know. I mean, see, the problem with your email is you lend credence to the theory, or you give evidence to the, I hate to think, fact. Women just don't like sex. You know, do you like it? I know women don't like sex as much as men, and I know not every woman is the same, but do you like sex? That's a good question to ask of you individually. If you're having this hang up about sex, do you even like sex? All right, did something bad happen to you? I can't help you there. I can give you policies in my opinion, but you need to go talk to somebody. But if you're holding sex like this weapon, I think Molyneux had a gal on that wrote this lengthy question, but it was mainly an argument and a treatise about how she values her virginity and used religion and logic and morality and traditional, and then you found out that that's all she has. The only thing she has is her virginity, and she's not gonna, I think she was like 41. And it's like, lady, give it the fuck up already. It's not that valuable. And so if you're putting all this effort and pressure and weight on sex, well, God, it's not going to be fun for you. Sure the fuck ain't going to be fun for the guy, and it's probably ruining some relationships here in the process. And look at it, you make it, don't tell me all sex is in prostitution. Well, exchange for this, exchange for that. It's like, dude, do you want to have sex with a guy, yes or no? How about that? What do you want? You know, it's like I get a lot of young men that are like, dude, I hate bars and I hate parties and I'm an introvert. Is there something wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with hating loud, obnoxious, stinky, smelly places with drunk people throwing up. You're you. That's you. If you don't like sex or it's really important to you or you got a hang up on it, don't have it. I mean, really, this is a depressing email. Not that you meant it to be, but it's depressing where it's like, yeah, guys, I guess it is an exchange, which we kind of knew on a fundamental level it always was. But man, you know, if pulling your sex tooth is going to take this much effort, well, you know, and you're not going to have fun and you're not going to enjoy it. Any guy worth his salt, any moral guy, is not going to like want to pull the teeth. You know, that last minute resistance. Oh my God. It's 100% true, but I don't have time for that. Look, lady, do you want to have sex with me, yes or no? Anytime there was like the squirming and this and that, I'm like, hey, yeah, you know, it's time to go. I'll see you, bye. You know, if I can't unhinge your bra at the age of 27, we've been on 3 dates, I'll get the numbers later. I'd be like, yeah, that's enough. I'm not, you're either tearing off my clothes or it's not going to happen. And for men, I know this is a request for you, but for any men listening, if you're getting that much resistance, know to throw in the towel early and save yourself the time and money and effort and frustration. If you, I can understand you're like, you know, middle school or high school, you know, I caught the feel over the, under the sweater, but over the bra. Well, good for you. I mean, that's normal. But 27, 28, the shit I was dealing with back, even in my late teens and early 20s, that crap, no, guys. And you saw this is what it is like. God Almighty, is this person in middle school? However, if this is fair, would this be because committing to someone was way less risky and much easier to undo than having sex with them is? Yeah, a relationship is way more of an investment than sex. Sex is nothing. Sex is cheap. Or maybe not so cheap. And if not, how does a woman avoid being played? What? Oh no, you got taken out and bought dinner and then you were horny and you had sex, but then he didn't commit. Oh my God, that bastard. But women and men are the same. Here's another problem that you face. You are obviously traditional and you're thinking about these traditional things where sex just shouldn't be given out for free. That's not how men have been trained. I'm not talking about, but they're expected, like, well, women are the same. Women just want to have sex. You know, they're not stuffy old Christians and traditionalists. Men and women are the exact same. I'm not interested in having sex with people who don't have even remotely serious intentions. But I also don't want to feel like I'm using sex as a manipulation tool, even if I am just protecting myself from sex. No, not the sex. Oh, run! It's the sex. No. I know. Oh, God. What an insightful email. Any and all light you could shed on this and any advice you can give me specifically would be great. Okay, look, here's the problem. You're asking me to make a personal decision for you. You're asking me to create a policy for you. And the problems with creating policies for other people is, one, I'm not you. And two, policies are not universal. They're not going to apply to every universal situation. Sometimes, I won't mention who, but a prominent person in the red pill community, and I don't want to mention it, but I think him and his now wife slept together on the first date. Sometimes it's just magical. Sometimes it truly is love at first sight. Sometimes it takes a while. There's the diamond in the rough. The guy who's like, looks like Fat Thor and looks like a slouchy, dopey jerk. All of a sudden you find out he's got the heart of gold and he's like, will you put on a thing and clean up? And he cleans up and he looks like Cary Grant. And you've known him, he's been your friend for 6 months. There's no rule, there's no policy. So for you individually, I guess this would apply to any woman anywhere, is you have sex when you want to and you're comfortable. That could be the first date. It could be the 40th date. I don't think a guy's going to stick around that long. But more important than, well, will he leave? And will this thing? And this fucking Game of Thrones psycho psyops bullshit. Okay, this unwanted game of chess that ruins it all. The more important than that is, are you ready and do you want to? And you're going to have to admit that some guys are going to go away. Some guys are just not going to date you then. You're going to be on the 4th date. Things could be going wonderful. You're really into this guy, but you may not be ready psychologically or physically to have sex. And you're going to have to be prepared to let that one walk. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I need to have sex. I got to get my balls off. And apparently sex is not that important to you. That's fine. All right? There's 3.7 billion men in the world, all conveniently of which want to have sex. And aren't worried about getting played or taken advantage of. No, she made me have sex. She came over. Oh, it was horrible. It was great. It was the sex itself was all right. It was found out that she just came over to bang me. That was the great part. That was like, whoa. On a more serious note, yeah, dude, you got to do what protects you in that particular situation is in your best interest, and that's going to change. There'll be a guy that you're going to want to jump his bones, maybe, on the first date. And you are going to be comfortable wanting to have sex with him. And he'll want to have sex with you. And then you'll have sex. And who knows, maybe you'll go get married. But then at least you won't have this, I might get played. Oh, nah. Do you want to? And are you ready? That's it. First date, third date, second date, 20th date, never 6 months, internet date, when you're ready, and if you want to, then have sex. Right? Now here's the catch. Here's the catch. If it doesn't work out in the end, don't go fucking running around on the internet and yelling, I got used, I got played. No, you wanted to and you were comfortable. Right? Don't then blame the guy if he didn't want to go out with you or the romance didn't work out. Right? If you're ready and you want to, go have fun. and leave it at that. Don't think that that's going to be an expectation for a relationship. If it doesn't turn into a relationship or you find out he's dating her, don't get pissed off. You wanted to, you're comfortable with it, fine. None of this Monday morning quarterbacking and you can have regret. You could certainly have regret, but that's not his fault, right? And I think you would do a lot better for your own personal psychology if you stop looking at it as a war where he might get my sex. No, not the sex. I just got to be a cartoon. Wish RJ was a cartoon. 1950s woman screaming. Ah! It's just sex with cartoonish feet walking like the Ghostbusters ghost. Everyone, run! It wants to have orgasms and pleasure. No! But for you individually, that's what I would say. Now, if you want a policy, you want industry standards, it changes over time. In my day, and men aren't necessarily, we can have sex, but it won't mean anything. But usually, the third date, that's when you wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Fourth date, now you're taking up guys' significant money, time, and resources. Like, oh, okay, is this going somewhere? Sexually, I mean. So I'd say either the third or fourth date is when men are probably going to expect it. And if they don't get it, then they're going to start being like, yeah, okay, prude. And that's what we think. Because I don't know if you knew this, sex is kind of important to guys. I know. It's evil. It's toxic. We need to have it beaten out of us, no matter how important and vital it was for the propagation of the species. But that's the industry standard roughly so far today, is the third or fourth day. And it could be different for different generations. I mean, the millennials, they don't even have sex. So maybe, they handhold for a year and a half, and then maybe they cop a booby feel underneath the sweater but over the bra at 32. But for the most part, sexually active men are going to expect it by the third or fourth. Hell, they're not going out with you a third or fourth time because they don't like you and they don't want to have sex with you. Fifth date, I'd be like going for it. But by the fifth date, unless there was some kind of indication or a damn good reason you weren't having sex, fifth date, then you just become like arm candy. You're like, well, I got an event. I got a company party to go to. I got to bring a date, or I don't have to, but I should. It ends at 8 p.m. I really want to bang Natasha. That sounds like a naughty girl. Natasha. You know what? I'll take out Peggy Sue. Yeah, she's nice. She's polite. She's civil. She'll make a good impression. I'll drop her off and I'll go bang Natasha. Wow, chicka wow wow. So yeah, I mean, that would be general policy. But man, that depends on it. I wouldn't follow that policy, because that policy does not apply to every and each individual situation. So to go to your specific, what point should a woman who wants a long-term relationship decide to have sex with a man? When you're ready. I mean, that's the honest answer right there. It's when you're ready. Because then, if you're going to force yourself to have sex when you don't want, not only is that bad for your mental health and not fun, you're not being yourself, and that you're being someone you're not, and so that's not going to lead to a successful long-term relationship. Is it true that men will not respect a woman who gives it up too soon? It depends. If you get clingy afterwards, yes. I've had first night bangs. And things went on for a little bit because she wasn't. Then I had her the first night where it's like, hey, what are you doing? Where's it going? What's going on? I was like, whoa, hey, Miss Dead Bunnies. Yeah, now I'm leaving. If so, how soon is too soon? Can I explain with the disrespect? It's not the sex. The disrespect. It's not the disrespect. It is not the sex. It's usually the clinginess that comes afterwards, where you have this expectation that we're a thing or an item now. I have a friend, I can't mention who, and he was quite the player in his youth. And he had to tell women, right before they were having sex, he says, you are not my girlfriend. If we have sex, you will not be my girlfriend. Just because we have sex does not mean you are guaranteed to become my girlfriend. We are just having, you are not my girlfriend. And you'd have to tell him that. Because you girls think, oh, well, I gave him my pussy, so now I have a right to a relationship. No, it's when you start becoming clingy and possessive. It's like, get the fuck away. Oh, boner killer. Boner killer. One gal would have been great. It would have been like, imagine a female version of Clary. She was pretty cool. Clingy as fuck. Possessive. And it's like, fuck, dude. Just chill the fuck out, man. It'd be like me, cool blonde hair, nice set of tits, clingy. Like, oh, fuck. That one. So there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. Links to all my cool stuff down below. If you girls really want to learn about boys, I recommend you get this book, Bachelor Pad Economics, and learn how men think. The financial, I mean, it's primarily a financial advice book, but there is an entire section on dating, courtship, and marriage, because that is a rather large expenditure of time, money, and finances. And if you want to learn how men think, as well as get some great financial advice, because financial advice is universal, male or female, get this book, Bachelor Pad Economics. And then I guess some of you guys are a little bit more cerebral. Why you girls, if you're here, you're probably smarter than the average bear. Get the Curse of the High IQ. Because if you're tuning into this and you're not cursing and swearing at the screen just yet, I think this book would be for you. And any men who are smart enough to read it. All right, we'll see you girls later. Toodles.